Anyone else want to share anything on the programming?
I think one more point I want to share from yesterday's learning. So he mentioned like uh, sometimes we get stuck with method one for the end goal, right? So he mentioned like stay committed to your goal, but always be flexible to change your method. So that was the great takeaway from that session.
Great. Very nice. Awesome. So I think we all are veterans sitting here, so no introduction or anything. So maybe we can go ahead with some speeches. Maybe Sindhu, you want to start?
Yes, sir. I will start.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sindhu. I'm from Bangalore. My coach is Vinit sir. So let me start my speech. Like, when you saw the success people, how you react? I know we have many things are running in our mind. Let me connect one by one. At least you should answer yes or no if I will ask this question, guys, because I just want to understand in your perspective too. When we see the success people, what we are going to think? The first one is how they got this success. Second one is yes or no, how they got this success.
Yes.
We'll think, right?
Yes.
The second question is how come suddenly they so rich? Guys?
Correct.
That's correct. Yeah,
Correct, right?
you often think that.
Third one, how come they overcome their obstacles?
Right.
Right? Then how they think, how they manage themselves, how long they work to get this success. All are yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, correct. Oh,
Yes,
it's a lot
Sindhu.
more question, guys, because when I listed, right, many are coming, but this is the topmost, so I chosen this. So you're right. Even I thought the same way. My answer is also yes. But don't worry. I will give the answer for all this question in one word. All this question, I'm going to answer in one word. Any guess?
Continue focusing our goals.
Okay, that's great point. Yeah,
Consistency.
perfect.
Dedication.
Very good. Yes, all are similar into the same line. But my one word answer is believe. Believe in yourself. Believe you can succeed. So now my next question is then how to develop this power of belief system? For this also, I do have answer because I already prepared my speech, right? There are three things. There are three guidelines to acquire and strengthen the power of belief. Number one, think success. Do not think failure anytime and anywhere. Like if you're in office place or else home, wherever you are in, you should think in positive way. When you face the difficult situations, think I will not lose. Think I'm the winner. When you compete with someone, think I'm equal to them. Don't think I'm out of the class. Slowly you should train your mind. You're going to get the success in your life. So number two, remember yourself. You are the achiever. Yes, when you see the successful people, they're not the superman, right? And success does not require the super intelligent too. There is a myth too, right? Success based on the luck. Is that, guys? Success is based on the luck?
No.
No, right? Exactly. Because these people are believe themselves. Even they're also ordinary people. They believe themselves, they work themselves, they got the massive result. So third point is very important. Believe big. The size of in your success is determined by the size of in your beliefs. When you think a little goals, expect little achievements, what you're going to get it? As you expected, less, right? Obviously, you will get less only. Now onwards, you should change yourself. Think big. Think big success. Always believe yourself to get the big success in your life. The great book, The Magic of Thinking Big, author says about only you can understand yourself. Only you can evaluate your program. Only you are going to train yourself to achieve bigger and bigger success. So I just want to end my speech with a beautiful quote. When you believe, your mind will find the way. So with this, I'm going to end my speech. Hope I added the value. Thank you, Vinit sir.
Awesome. Nice speech.
Sindhu. Great.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
It was a good revision on belief system. So yesterday, I think Vijay talked about it, and thank you for reminding us. I think how belief is important for us. So great start, Sindhu, and thank you. And in the meantime, I see one more. Surendran has joined us. Surendra, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I think I'm invited him. Surendran.
Okay.
Surendran, are you there? Sorry, we are unable to hear anything.
We can't hear you, Surendra. Maybe you need to check your mic or camera and all those things.
So, Sindhu, the last quote you mentioned, it, when you believe, can you just repeat that? When you believe, you can achieve it, right? That was the last quote.
When you believe, your mind will find the way. Find a way.
Right. I think anything big that happens is all a belief
Thanks,
system, isn't it? So if you, it's like somebody wants to win Olympic Games and he doesn't believe that he can win, right? It can never happen. Right? Somebody, I think whosoever is taking big risk, right? Somebody he has that belief system that I don't know if he's thinking that whether I'll win or lose, but at least he knows that I can take it forward. I can do my best, right? And so I think belief system somewhere is the first step to do anything big. I think wherever you go, the first step is, unfortunately, that these things are not taught in college and schools, but when you come in the real life, so somewhere you understand that this belief system is so important for all of us. Anyone else want to share any thought on what Sindhu shared?
Yes, sir. I want to add Sindhu belief system point. Similarly, it will happen in my career. Before I'm joining this community, I was very shy that I'm speaking in front of in the camera. Even I'm very not comfortable speaking in front of everyone. So after a few months only, I got to believe myself. Because earlier a lot of time I informed everyone, and even when I'm writing mail communication also, I'm thinking several times, this sentence is correct, or grammar is correct, or that formal all correct or not. So, believe in myself. When I'm speaking in front of everyone or writing communication, I read 2-3 times. So this is a correct sentence. So I believe that. So this is a format is correct. So I can send a mail directly to any leaders, like a manager or senior manager, anybody. I'm not before I'm not think about no, this is not good. So the belief system from my end, so I can change this. I'm seeing a lot of changes in happenings.
Awesome, really. Awesome, very nice. I think yeah, somewhere this belief, the moment we have this clarity on belief system, so many things start changing. Very nice, good one. Anyone else want to share on belief system?
Yeah, just one example I want to share, which is quite relatable to Sindhu's speech. Neeraj Chopra, right, who won the gold Olympic. So a lot of people thought like he suddenly got the limelight, but I think few days after when he won the that's gold medal, so after that there were some videos which were floating across the social media, and I was surprised like the kind of hard work he has put in since all those years, the kind of training he has went through, the kind of coaching he has went through. But we tend to think, as Sindhu was saying, that we tend to think like suddenly some time will come and somebody will become successful all of a sudden. But that is not the case actually, because we don't see the background picture, the kind of effort that guy has been putting in for so many years. So that was the great example I saw that time, which really touched my heart that time.
Very powerful example. They say to get overnight success, there is a 10 years of hard work behind that. So we just see that overnight success, but then when you go into the story, you see that at least they have spent 10, 15 years to be there. And uh, since you were talking about Neeraj Chopra, and after winning Olympic, mostly people will say, I have lived my life. Now I don't have to do anything else, right? Because already he got so many awards, so many crores of rupees and all that. Within 2 months, he was back to practice. He went to his, I think he went to, I think, US or somewhere, and he's practicing again for next Olympic and all that. So basically, again, it's like success is a journey, not a destination, right? So the moment you have that belief system, nothing will stop you. You can be so successful, but again, you know that this is not your limit. You still have to move ahead. Many a times that happens, and most of the time I've seen people get some success, they become, a bit good communicator and all that, and then they go, okay, now I don't need anything, I can do it myself and all that. And that's where the challenge is, right? So you need an association all the time if you want to move forward and forward and forward. And that's your life. Success is always a journey, not a
Destination.
So I want to add one more point there. So
Yeah.
success is not small. Success is not small thing. Success is like a ocean. So we have to keep on going because we have to do then the success, either good communication or good community, lot of personal or anything there. So we have to keep on going on one by one. We have to going forward in life till our breath.
Right. Very nice. Very amazing. Alok, you want to share anything on Sindhu's speech?
Yeah. Right. I can also correlate, means it's all about belief, right? So whenever we are doing anything in life, right, whether we are preparing for interview or so, there is always a belief system, right? That means, yeah, I can do this, and or so we just visualize the future, not future, but we visualize that what happened if we go in that particular direction. So in that sense also, as we are talking about success, so I think when we are in a deathbed, right, then there is something to proud of, right? That yeah, I did this something in life, me something good in life, and which is if we are living in that the same life, then I think we never proud of ourselves, right? That we did something special in our life.
Amazing. Very nice. Very nice, Alok. Shall we move to the next speech now? Who want to go next? Alok, you want to go next?
Yeah.
Right, you.
Hello, friends. Shall I start?
Yeah, Alok, go ahead.
Yeah, so friends, so today I would like to discuss about one topic from the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. So friends, my question is, how to become a good conversationalist or good communicator? So is there any thoughts? How to become a good conversationalist?
Conversation is when we are
Yeah.
when two people are sitting together, should be in the they should accept the other people point of view. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, correct. Okay, so let me share one small story. So friends, years ago, there is a boy whose name is Edward. So he's a very poor guy, right? Means he washed the window of the shopping mall, right? And after his school, his condition is really very bad that he has to collect the coins from the gutter. Not coins, it's a strip of a coal. So his condition is very bad that to feed his family, he need to work so hard, right? But friends, do you imagine that after some times he become a great journalist of America? So as Sindhu mentions that the means people think how he becomes so much successful. So there is long story behind it, but I would like to share the small story about it. So friends, so what he did, so he was a good listener, right? And second thing is he always take interest in others' life. So what had happened, like what he saved some money, and even he skipped his lunch, and he saved some money and buy some good books and autobiography of great people of America, like Abraham Lincoln, right? And great leaders and various in that time various great successful businessmen. So he read all the autobiography, and after reading, he wrote the personal notes to each and every person and asked about their achievements and accomplishment. And he always asked a question so that the other person interest to answer those type of question. So he wrote a letter. So what had happened, guys? All these person replied to this mail. Not only replied to his mail message, they invited Edward to their home as a guest. So all these people suggested and inspired him and give him some vision and clarity of his life. So they encouraged him that you can become a good journalist because you are interested in that field, right? You are reading those novels, you are reading those all autobiography. So they inspired him. So friends, so what do you think? Means so how this person is inspired those stories and become a great journalist of America? What do you think? What is the main reason behind it?
He was taking interest in others. I mean, he
And
didn't.
he's a hard, sorry.
Go ahead, Chintu. Yeah.
No, he's a hard work stocks since he's referring to so many people's lifestyle. So because of that hard work, he got in good shape in his life too.
Correct. So the main principle, friends, is like he listen attentively and take genuine interest in others' life. So friends, can you imagine that person having no money to feed his lunch, and still manage to buy an autobiography and take genuine interest in others' life, right? So this is one of the great example, or you can say connecting principle, so that you should be a good listener as well as take genuine interest in others' life. So friend, as Bijay sir also mentioned that there are 5 type of listener, right? That we have some selective listener, there are some pretending, and some are empathetic listener. So we should always try to become a attentive and empathetic listener. So friends, let me summarize my speech, that if you aspire to be a good conversationalist, be an attentive listener. To be interesting, be interested. Ask the right question and encourage the people to talk about themselves and their accomplishment. And I would like to end with one of the great message by Dale Carnegie, that many people call a doctor when all they need is an audience. Thanks. I hope I added some value.
Very nice.
Amazing
Thanks.
speech, Alok. Amazing speech.
Great. So lots of motivation again. Good one. Which book was this, Alok?
How to win friends and influence.
How to Win Friends and Influence. Awesome. Very nice.
I think he was full of energy in that speech.
yeah.
The energy level was so high that it
Yeah.
kept us focused on that speech.
Right. And there was a good hello also behind Alok. There was lots of light that was coming in.
Like he's standing on some stage somewhere like that.
Yeah, so that hello
Good one,
makes
Alok.
him like a god who is speaking. Right?
That background light and voice
light
is
is on,
coming clearly, sir.
Voice was so good. Yeah, energy was, it was
Awesome.
super high energy. Electrifying.
Thanks. Learning from all these like coaches,
Yeah.
Ashish and Vinesh sir and Bijay sir. Thanks.
Just that your face was not clear because light was very high. Look at the back. So maybe from next time you should keep light on your face
Correct.
instead of on the back.
Correct. Yeah, I need to change the place right.
Or maybe you can switch off that light. I think that way, probably if you switch off, then also it will be clear. So I was trying to see your expression that was not visible, but energy was so high, we were completely hooked with the energy itself. Right. Any thoughts on any comment, any content that Alok said?
Yes, sir. I just want to add Alok's speech. Really, it's eye opening speech for me, because before I joined this community to buy one book, I was thinking twice why we are going to invest money for this. So I don't know the benefit of this great books.
Now I have to stop you.
Now
Not to
the
buy.
person is
Don't buy.
gifting their meals and buying the books. It's stunning in mind. Like the person who know the values only, they can buy the books, sir. So I just want to thank this great community only, because this community is only given that the value of books, and because of that I'm improving myself day by day. And that's what being a journalist, yes, as Alok said, but buying the books, and the person has got a massive success in his life. So it's really commendable. And yes, we should take this kind of the example to be adopted in our life to get the success.
Very nice. And that's a great point. I think we don't understand the value of book reading sometimes, who has not gone through the process of this. But all the big successes, so basically the first generation success, if you see, not the second generation. Second generation, sometimes they get money from their previous generation. But mostly whenever I read about any first generation success, they have the one thing they have common is they have read through hundreds of books. And I think that books transform them. Then finally they'll book top 100 books, and they'll keep on reading that book again and again. The way we asked to read those 5 books again and again. So I think with this association, if that one habit gets inculcated, that we have started reading book, that itself is given so many things to us, because that book reading habit will kind of keep on incrementing us every year, every time we finish a book. So it's like gathering thousands of years of knowledge from those books, right? We can't live for 1,000 years, but we can gather those 1,000 years of knowledge in ourselves. And the moment that happens, you will automatically start doing so many great things. So great. That's a great example about book.
Yes, sir. And Vijay sir is always keep telling the new books. So I'm wondering how come Vijay sir is able to read, and you are also always mentioning new books. So I'm stuck with the books, whatever my coach says only. Even though I knew that you guys are too much busy, how spending the times to be, we should understand the value of the book now, sir. And the Dr. Ambedkar sir also, whenever he is traveling other country, he will buy one book for the 10,000 books, it seems. I stunned to hear this kind of the example, what a mindset they are. So, yeah.
This photo is always with constitution and books and all.
Books only.
Amazing. Very nice. Great example. Yes, anyone else?
So in the book reading, so it's connecting my son also. So already our community referred that 5 books. So already when I'm reading this book, even he also started telling, Dad, when I am growing to stage, even I'm also start reading book. Even I tell to my friend, so my dad's growing this kind of level. All related this book only, they started reading things. So he told that one day, how is your book community and how book club is going? I told that all this going well. So all the day sharing, like referring 5 books. So all the key points we have to take in. Seriously, Papa. So when you saw that before that, lot of changes will happening now. Even I started when I started my degree or PUC, so I started to reading more books. So we planned that before we not plan that make a book cupboard and all. So we planned to buy it on cupboard, storing all the books. So whenever we have not get, because this book, I had one more point. So this all key point we not get it in all the people, because some idea people having some idea, but all the key point we not get it from the other people. So this all the book they're referring, so we'll utilize our real life. It is a great get it from key points from the book.
Very nice. Good to hear that. And that's such a blessing that there are very few things that we do which child will say, I will also be like you.
Yes, sir.
But this is one of the things, I think, even for my daughter, she already started reading. Last time I was giving example, she started writing also. She started doing the journaling. It's very hard to tell them anything, right? So it's like you can never expect child to do what you say to them, but what you do, those things they can follow, right? One of the
Yes,
things
yes.
that we do is book reading,
Yes,
and
sir.
if you do it, I think so automatically that habit will be picked up. Otherwise, I see generally parents will keep on saying, read the book, and inside as a child will think, you are not reading a book, why will I read a book?
Yes, correct, sir.
Right? So because they don't understand, right? We might be in the job and all that, right? But they don't understand. They are not reading books. Why will I read? And the moment they see that we read books, then great example, amazing, Ravi, very nice.
Sir, and one more thing. Earlier, before I'm joining that community, even child book club was going on. Suddenly, that book club was stopping. So we will continue. At least our child also started to speak in front of everyone and start to public
You
speaker.
start
Sir.
that, yeah, Ravi.
So
Wherever
it
I
is
think we
great
had
to
some people.
I mean, his life also.
Right. So even now, today also I was seeing there was one memory that came about, the kids session that we were doing. Yeah, so certainly we can do that. Whenever we have some count, 4, 5 kids are ready, so anyone can start from our association, right? So that will be even Annie, my daughter, remembers that last year she was doing this kids club and all that. Amazing. Anyone else?
Yeah, I think Alok mentioned about a lot of things about book reading in the speech and the story which he quoted. And I was able to relate to that because that was the only reason when I joined this association. I remember 2 years back, I think Vineet was asking me like, Ashish, how you are feeling after joining this? The line which I quoted that time was like, the only reason for joining this association is that if after 2 to 3 years, if my daughter can say, okay, I also want to read books, and if she also knows those names of those books, right, which I am reading, so I think my job is done. That's the only reason I'm joining this association, and that is happening actually, and the impact is too much now. Last week session also, I mean, I told like she started creating her own to-do list. So she's not able to speak to-do. She says to-do list, right? Like that. So yeah, so those are the kind of impact which this association is making. And thanks again to Vineet and Vijay for giving this platform. So yeah, I'll always be grateful to this association. Thank you.
Awesome, Ashish. And even Ashish's background now, see, books are increasing in his background.
Still, there is a lot of space Vineet, in the last corner, bottom one. It is still empty.
Yeah.
So I'm planning to fill that also. Yeah.
Yeah, we should have at least even a small shelf should be there, I think, where we should have some books, because we are talking about books. Again, not a compulsion, but this time when we moved into a new house, we made sure that all the background has some book places there. We can put some books. So,
Yeah, your background is very nice, sir. I'm seeing a lot of books.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so deliberately, that's what I was saying. Even the other room that I did, there also most of the provision is there for books. So yeah, I think for us, books are showpieces, isn't it? Showcase.
We don't
Amazing.
need any more virtual background. Actually, we have those real background.
Right. Anyone left, or everyone shared, right? So maybe Ravi, you have given your speech earlier, or you?
No,
You have
sir. Today, I mean, last week I went to Owen Pound,
Okay.
so I'm not able to read his speech.
No problem, no problem. You don't have to give it every week. I just thought I'll just check with you. No problem. Ashish, you want to share something?
Yeah, I prepared a small
Yeah.
speech. I'll share it quickly. All right. Can I start, Vineet?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Very good afternoon to all of you. Again, you all know me. I'm myself Ashish, and I work in the IT industry. So today, I'll take one topic which is very sensitive to all of us, and I hope you all will be able to relate to this topic. So I want to start with the question that, do you guys start getting a feeling of a void or an emptiness, or especially on the weekends? Does it happens with any one of you? Especially on the weekends, you start feeling, okay, what I am doing. I mean, before joining the association, now you are part of the association.
Exactly.
Before,
Yeah, many
It's
times.
good if
many times it
Yes.
happened, right?
you added that. Because now
Almost we are, yes, it's almost we are spending like watching movie.
Yes.
So we went to like along with friend and roaming all the bike riding only.
Right. Yeah. Thanks, Ravi, for being so honest. And yeah, that was the same case with me as well. And all that was happening because due to this existential vacuum. So recently, I was reading this book, Man's Search for Meaning, written by Viktor Frankl, and he mentioned like this existential vacuum. It manifests itself primarily through the boredom, and it can even lead to distress as well. So this book is inspired by the concentration camp. I don't know whether I should say inspired, but the kind of pain people have went through, you can, and even if you can search through on Google, like you will find so many photographs of that concentration camp driven by the Nazis during, I think, 1945. So concentration camp is like where the people are intentionally put for the extermination. They will be they will be I mean, suffering with malnutrition. They will not be fed with the normal diet. They will be beaten like anything. I mean, they will not be I mean, they will be shaved. Their head will be shaved, and they will be treated like, I mean, you can't even believe. I mean, all the sufferings, what all pain you can think of, what somebody can get in hell, in a hell. So all those sufferings people used to go through that. So this author, he was also part of that concentration camp, and he was, even he was not sure that he will be going to survive in that concentration camp or not, because when people were put in that concentration camp, there was no guarantee, there was no surety that who will survive and who will not survive, right? But still, this guy, he was able to sustain due to finding some meaning in this suffering as well. So coming back to that existential vacuum, that happens with all of us because we all were suffering due to a void or an emptiness in all of our lives, which we often realize as soon as we get rid of our jobs, especially during the weekends. So just think, like, if you minus your job from your life, is there any significance to your life? Just minus your job, minus your profession. Is there any significance to this life? Is there any meaning to this life? Just ask this question to yourself. So this author quotes in this book that man is ready to suffer on the condition to be sure that this suffering has a meaning. And if there is a meaning in life at all, then there must be a meaning in suffering as well. Because suffering is also an radical part of life, even as fate and death. And without suffering and death, human life cannot be complete. So most of the time we think like, remember that those times when you were thinking to come out of your comfort zone, but you were reluctant to come out of your comfort zone because you were thinking about that pain consistently, that, oh man, I have to go through this pain. Like, let's say if somebody has to do the weight loss or somebody has to start book reading, they have to spend extra time. They have to be more focused. They have to do better time management. But everything, all those everything, it has some cost to pay off, which comes in terms of being more focused, being more disciplined, being in such kind of associations, which requires an extra effort, which we all don't want to go through because it's always a pain to do those extra efforts. So life is always meaningful, and we must learn to see the life as meaningful despite our circumstances. Life always holds potential meaning under any conditions, even the most miserable ones. Just now I was giving the example of Neeraj Chopra. Now think about his training he has gone through, or all the hardships he went through before winning that gold medal. If he would have thought like, why I'm going through all this pain, most of you might have seen that videos. He was jumping through some sticks, right, over some sticks. It's really hard to take those jumps. I mean, consistently over, like he was jumping like, I mean, one after the other sticks. If we all see that video, we all will start thinking about the pain, right, the discomfort he has gone through. But now think about when he won the gold medal. Don't you think he would be able to find a meaning to all those sufferings which he was going through all those years? So one great pick from this book, which is one of my favorite, The author says that thing which does not kill you, it will always make you stronger. I hope I added some value to all of you. Thank you. Over to you, Vinith.
Superb. Awesome.
Very nice. Awesome, Ashish.
I can means actually I also watched one documentary on refugee camp in Syria, right? So I can imagine the pain Ashish was talking about, right? The person who is lived in those refugee camp, their life is like a hell, right? Means there is a lot of suffering which we never imagine. So yeah, so we are lucky that we are living in an independent world and independent country, and we have option to choose what we want to choose, right? So it's really, yeah. Thanks, Ashish.
Thank you.
I
Pleasure.
think the story that Ashish shared, I think it was probably in the human history, it is one of the most, I don't know how to put that.
Most brutal.
It was probably the most brutal story. So basically, most of them died. None of them. There are very few people who were. They were put into gas chamber. Gas chamber they used to put, and then they used to burn in the gas chamber, and all hellish thing they were doing. Right? They're not even giving them a cloth to wear. They're not giving them food, and people were, and then they were making them to work a lot. So just think about it, for many years, no clothes, no food. Basically, they'll give some, dal and very basic kind of things one time, I think, just to keep them surviving. So it was, and in that situation, this guy, Viktor Frankl, how he's, as Ashish was explaining, his visualization and all those things, actually, he used to visualize that I'll meet my wife, I'll meet my family, and even in those situations, he had kept himself very positive, and that's where I think this book is one of the most impactful. It's a very thin book, but very powerful, and it's hardly for probably 80 rupees, 90 rupees book.
Yeah.
So can you tell me, Ashish, what's the name for book name?
Man's search for meaning.
Basically,
you can, yeah.
Go ahead, Ashish.
You can go ahead.
I was saying it's a bit difficult language and all those, so you'll have to keep dictionary with you.
Yeah.
But read it 3-4 times, and then if you understand the essence of it, I think then you will think whatever hardship, whatever difficulties come in your way, you will think, you just remember that guy, and my God, if he has gone through that, this is nothing that we are going through. So amazing. Thank you so much.
Even Vinith, I was just watching some YouTube video for this documentary of this concentration camp. I mean, they were literally, people were, I mean, they were burnt alive. I mean, and they used to take like this, like we used to take that chicken, right? They used to take that bodies from that stove or whatever. I mean, you can
gas
even
chamber.
Gas chamber. You cannot even, I mean, watch those videos. I mean, people, their skin will be very, I mean, they will be very thin. You can easily find the images. They have
Only
the images
bones
of
are
it.
there. Only
Yes.
bones will be seen. Bones and skin. True. So it's a very difficult thing. But this guy was a psychologist, and how he survived, he was able to write that down completely, and that's why this book become. It's a I think one of the best motivation book. It's a good one. Thank you, Ashish, for sharing that. Yeah, I think we just have 5 minutes. I don't know if you, so since we are sharing so many motivational stories, and since we 5 are there, so I don't know how many of you heard about this guy named, I call it Sam Bankman. Have you anyone heard about this guy, Sam Bankman? No? Every time I bring a new name. So because I keep reading, and that's where I get these names. And this guy, you won't believe, he's just 29 years old. Mostly when you think about successful people in young age, we think about Zuckerberg and all that. But this guy is 29 years old. His company FTX is $32 billion company. Think about it, $32 billion company. Companies like Infosys, HCL, I think they are probably $10-12 billion. In 29 years of age, he was able to set up a company which is $32 billion. Right? So combine HCL, Wipro, and Cognizant and all that. You combine all the four big, then that one company comes. And he's just 29. So I just going through his story, I was surprised. I have not even heard about his name, right? The way this Naval Kishore was Naval Ravikant was a revelation for me. Even this guy was a revelation for me. And anyway, I think there are other folks. There's one of our Indian, I think they are just 21, 23. They are billionaires, Samyak Jain and all that. Right? So I'll cover that story sometime later. But it's not about money. It's about the purpose that he has in his mind. And if you see that guy, you will be surprised. If you see his picture, you'll think, oh man, is he the guy? And maybe if I have a picture, I can show you. You'll be surprised and how can he be that guy? How many of you know NAS Academy? Anyone knows that he keeps on doing many videos, NAS, and maybe you might not have seen. I'm trying to find the normal image that he has. Okay, you can basically you can Google him, Sam Bankman, you will find it. So he lives a very simple life, very simple life. So $32 billion, he can do anything that he wants in his life. He lives in a very normal apartment, I think 2-3 BHK kind of apartment, and he has just one simple car. The purpose he has is that he wants to donate everything that he has done. So he has made such a big company, but the only purpose he is working so hard because he want to make impact on the society. He want to contribute to all the challenges, global warming and AIDS and all those challenges which nowadays pandemic. So you want to contribute there so that our society become better. And so I was surprised, and that's where he lives such a normal life. He just wears a simple T-shirt and shorts, and he'll just roam around in a very simple car and all that. So anyway, I think the reason I really liked his personality is that his purpose was so clear, and with this purpose, he was able to create such a big company. And already he started contributing. Already he started giving lots of charity. And his idea is he keep on running this company just so that he can give equal amount of charity, and he can do equal amount of philanthropy. So I think somewhere what I think is the moment you have a larger purpose, you have a big goal to change, I think other things are automatically taken care of. Many of us initially we have to settle down our that, right? So that basic things are taken care. Until unless you are not taken care, it's very hard to think about your family, think about society and all that, right? But I think the moment you have a bigger purpose, then automatically those things get sorted out. Money will never becomes a challenge, right? Because you have a bigger purpose, you have bigger association, you have people whom you connect, who bring lots of, for example, this association, right? All of us bring so many good things on the table, and then there will be a time you will see that all those challenges, small challenges that we have in our life, that will automatically be sorted out. So the only thing is we need to figure out what we want to do. What is that big purpose that we are looking for? What is that thing that we want from our life? What is the legacy that we want to leave? And then everything gets aligned to that, right? So I was so happy that we are part of PIM. We are part of this book club, this growth club, right? Mentorship, and we are part of so we are connected with so many coaches, right? Where we can always learn from each other, right? We can always, whatever challenges we have, we can always go back to our coach and discuss, and this is the situation I'm in, this is the challenge I'm in, right? How can he will share his knowledge, and if he has any doubts, he can take those idea from other coaches and then again bring back to us, right? But so all the support system we have here, it's just about just that nobody can walk the way for us. Nobody can walk the path for us. Someone can show us the way, but then we have to walk ourselves, right? For example, if Ashish helps Alok to, this is the way you should go, but Ashish cannot unfortunately walk that way, right? Ultimately, he can just say, and he will just be removed from the picture. Then it's all Alok, right? So it's so important. I think one is to figure out what you want to do. Keep on working. I think you all are part of some great courses like AYP and um, uh, effective communication workshop, and then we have run CIR and all that, right? So leverage all those learnings, and come up, keep thinking on your larger purpose. What is the impact that you want to make, right? And then you'll suddenly see after a few years of work, you'll see that all the other things are taken care of. Now you are actually able to make that impact, right? So that's what I wanted to share. I think with this Sam Bankman story, even I was surprised when I heard about him. I said, "My God, how people are making such a great impact!" And after making impact, they're not bothered about to buy big homes and buy big houses and all that. Right? That they can anyway do it. Right? It's just out of $32 billion, even if he takes out some $1 million, he can get everything that he wants. Right? So it's, I think that's the difference between uh, having a big purpose in our life compared to just doing what we're doing. Yeah, that's what I wanted to cover, and it's already 5. Any last thoughts? Is Sam
So,
Bankman inspiring or not?
so yeah, I mean, it's a really inspiring story. I mean, he's just 29 years old, not even
Yeah,
30.
he's just 29. Yeah.
And I just did this Wikipedia. So there's a written like when he was about 14 years old, his mother noticed that he had spontaneously developed an interest in utility. I don't know how to pronounce that. Utilitarianism.
uh, Utilitarian. So basically, that is about that only. So just using very basic things, only utility things. So it's like someone like Kalam, or right, or all the big people, right? Mahatma Gandhi maybe, who just uses for themselves. They'll use very basic things. If I need one car, that's enough. If I need couple of clothes, that's enough, right? So that is called only the utility kind of things you use, not more than that. So that was his mindset, but he set up such a big company. But again, his thought process didn't change with that company. He still is living very basic life, but he is impacting so many other lives.
Thanks, Maneet, for sharing that.
Awesome. Any other thoughts, guys? Alok is thinking. Huh?
I'm thinking about the thought of Dr. Abdul Kalam, right? That man needs his difficulty because they are necessary to enjoy success.
Right.
So right. So we all should go through that struggle, so that only we realize the sense of that means importance of this success.
Exactly. And that's why I said the only thing I picked from him is the purpose. So I don't think I'm like that. I live a very simple life and all that. I live a very lavish life with even bigger houses, even bigger cars and all that. But I think the purpose was important, right? So again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you want to live a simple life or very rich life and all that, right? Vijay also has similar thought process, right? He also want to live a very lavish life. So that doesn't matter. Even if this guy wants, he can live that, right? But he had a clear purpose. That's far more important. So whatever you want to achieve, I think first focus on that, plan that, and then leverage this association to move towards that, right? I'm not saying that we should all live very simple life, just keep all your, just donate all your money and don't do anything.
Go to Himalayas.
Go to Himalayas, right? There are people who do that, and I respect them, but not everyone should be like that. But we have our own. But the idea is he had a clear goal, and he was able to figure out that. So I think goal help him. Yeah.
No, in the same point, when I read one article, so Abdul Kalam, when he was in the president, so his property, nothing it will, sir. Only normal 5 shirt and normal 5 pant, normal pant. So apart from 10 books was is there in the kept in a row.
Right.
And when he entered the parliament, they're wearing like a 2 suit. Only this much only having the room. Apart from nothing it will happen.
Right. True. And they say even our prime minister, but he doesn't have that much of property and all that, but he wears good clothes. That's a different thing.
His watch is very costly.
Yeah, he's very savvy about that, right? Again, it's a different lifestyle. He doesn't have to be
Yeah.
very simple and be like Mahatma Gandhi or right. He has his own style, right? But again, at least he is not making property out of public money.
Yeah.
Recently, he was changing the car also.
Exactly.
Vineet has initiated. Now it is going towards a political thing.
No, just we sharing that thought.
That's fine. That's true. That's
Just
true.
kidding.
That's what I was saying. I think everyone has a different way of living their life, and the kind of power he enjoys. Right?
Right.
Prime Minister is a different level. President, anyway, he doesn't have that kind of power and all that, right? So of course he's anyway living a different life, right? So bankman guy like bankman and Sam, they don't need those powers. They don't need anything, right? They are just doing their work for society, right? So great. So that's what I think. Goals can be different. We all are different, and but have some goals, clear-cut goals, life goal, yearly goal, monthly goal, daily goal, and let's keep on working. I think that's where things will change and things will take us to the next level every day, every week, and every year. And yeah. All right, guys. Anything else? Anyone want to
Before
share?
we'll take a
Yeah.
photos.
Yeah. Let's take a picture.
I'll take. Okay.
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 Energetic.
Okay. Come on, Sam Bankman.
Okay. Thank you all.
So I just want to add one point.
Uh-huh.
So attending this growth club for the at least a week, every Sunday is like in 1 hour, I'm at least reading 3 to 4 books. So the way how people are connecting and the way how giving the example, really it's worth to spend an hour. It's really nice to learning so many things in one go.
Exactly. That's why I think I was thinking whether we should do, because not many confirmations were there. But yeah, it's always better to connect and share anything that we want. Even if we connect for 30 minutes, that should be okay. But we can connect and talk
Yes, sir.
and learn from each other. Yeah, amazing. Thank you, Sindhu. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Bye,
Good-
everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye everyone for